I was already recording. So weird. Sometimes I wonder why I married him.
Hi, I'm Mike, and this is Jess, and welcome to Goodwin's Farm 207.
Today we're going to be doing some fencing. Our favorite thing.
Favorite, least favorite thing.
Stick around. I have him caged in. Not really, but we're using these dog panels to extend out our paddock for winter for our female goats. We like to keep them closer to home during the winter because of coyotes and things like that. So, yeah.
This kind of doubles the fenced-in area where we like to keep them during the winter. Gives them a lot of stuff to eat down. We'll save on some hay, hopefully.
As you can hear, our ducks are over in that other pasture, so it also helps keep our poultry lawn a little safe. Plus, it'll allow them to eat all this down this winter, which is great because this is actually around the area where our leach field is, so we do try to actually keep this taken down a little bit, which doesn't look like it right now, so it'll help with that as well. Goats are great at eating trees and brush, not so great at eating grass, but they love weeds and bushes and shrubs and things like that. So
yeah, there's a lot of sumac through here, and they love sumac.
They do. But anyway, yeah, so as you can see, we've kind of cleared just a little path here, trying to keep as many trees and stuff as possible for the goats to eat. But these dog panels can be easy and hard all at the same time. Easy because you kind of throw them up and they're pretty stable. We support them with, we need to, with wood pallets, as you can see here. But they can also be difficult because they don't have the flexibility like a rolled wire would have. But here's where we're at, plugging away at it. He's got it. He doesn't even need me. Look at that. Going right up through there. Little, I don't know if you can see it, but chicken. Oh, probably not. She's over there. Rustling around. Chickens also like the trees. Oh, there's a couple of chickens in there. Huh.
So these are like dog kennel kits you can get at Tractor Supply or pretty much anywhere. And they come with metal clamps with bolts that go between the panels to connect them. They're a pain in the neck to use. So what we found is super simple and quick is hose clamps. We get the 3 to 5 inch hose clamps and you can just zip them right together. It's pretty slick.
As you can see, we've kind of overlapped these two because the ground is uneven.
Yep.
In order to get it flush with the ground, sometimes we have to do that because that's important with dogs that dig and animals that dig. Trying to keep it flush with the ground.
One piece of advice when using these is to go slow when you're tightening them or loosening them, and to not over tighten, because sometimes you get into positions where you'll actually break the metal threads on these hose clamps and then you have to start over.
We've also found that buying the nicer hose clamps, it's a little bit more of an upfront investment, but they last for years. We've been using these since we started, and these
are almost $4 a piece, but it's worth it to know it's a secure connection and it's not going to fall apart. They're all stainless steel, so they're not going to rust. Pretty slick way to make this project go a lot faster.
Right, and the brackets that come with these panels, honestly, a year or two in, they're falling apart. The dogs are knocking them off. They're just not super sturdy.
Yeah, you have to tighten them too. I guess you could put thread locker on them, but if you want to ever be able to take them apart, thread locker isn't really such a good idea. But we had a kit for our German Shepherds, and over the span of 2 years, I think they had that pretty much to the point where it was almost falling apart just from jumping up on it. So these hose clamps are the way to go. So we're down here looking for ways to attach the fencing, and we noticed some old fencing around the back of this tree, and I pointed that out to Jess. It turns out she has some history with this.
Yeah, so that's how I got one of the scars on my face, because I was sledding down this hill when I was a kid. Face first, which is never a great idea, and smack right into the fencing. Of course, that was after my parents told me not to, so Mom and Dad, if you're watching this, you were right. Shouldn't have been sledding face first.
Lesson learned.
What are you gonna do?
Hi, Annie. Hi. Hi.
Annie's checking out what we're doing.
Annie's very curious.
Here comes Kimber.
Hi, Kimber. Hi. You're so pretty.
Oh my god. You guys did it again, didn't you? Didn't you?
Wow.
They're not technically rat dogs, but boy, they love catching them. This is probably the 6th one they've caught in the last 2 weeks.
That's a big one.
Yeah,
He was eating good
not anymore.
until last night.
That's what all that ruckus was about last night, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Looking at again? Looking at again? Again, we're putting up these pallets just to kind of stabilize it as the dogs or the goats push against this. It's probably overkill, but as with everything, I try to make it extra sturdy because of dogs and everything. I don't want to get in that.
A little ounce of prevention beats a pound of cure.
Yes, and you know, we also use these where there's a little gap on the bottom. Not that a dog can fit through a 6-inch gap, but when they find those gaps, they like to dig. And having something behind them kind of deters them from trying to dig out in those one areas. So.
Yeah, it'd be a lot easier to do this now than in the wintertime.
Right. Remy, our adult dog, she does a good job not digging out, but we do have puppies that are still in training. So we're working on all of that. They're doing really well. As you saw earlier, great rat patrol. But, you know, they're still puppies. They're learning. And they haven't gone through their rebellious teenage phase yet, so.
Oh boy.
That's coming.
Chickens are wondering what we're doing.
I think it's safe to say they like the area. Goats automatically go into town on it. Dogs are over there exploring. Chickens aren't super thrilled sharing their space, but this will reach right up around to our front porch, which will be great this winter because I get a little hay barn on our front lawn, so when it gets real cold, they'll be able to go in there. Plus, we'll have a separate shelter down here as well and have access to all of this. Not that they really love being out in the winter anyway, but at least they'll give them some trees to munch on, and it'll be easier for us to throw them some hay too. finished project. Got these panels up. Got this nice little area for them to eat down. As you can tell, they really like it. Kimber, yeah, it's a good girl. So we put some pallets down over the areas that we know the septic tank is and stuff. So the dogs aren't digging into that. We're going to throw some old carpets we have over it too, just for the winter. Just as an extra precaution. Yeah, because Annie likes to dig, don't you? Gotta put these down so you don't dig into our septic tank, huh? Oh, yeah. You say, oh, they're not gonna dig that far down. Well, maybe you don't know my dogs, because Anatolian Shepherds do like to den, especially females for some reason. Even if they haven't been bred, they like to dig themselves a little den, so. Earl. My boy Earl. Agnes over there. That's something that they will do all winter, is they'll actually peel the bark off these sumac and eat them right down. I was pretty impressed how much they ate the trees last winter when we were out of hay. And well, we weren't out of hay, but when they were out of weeds and stuff to eat and grass, they just started eating the bark right off the trees. We do give them hay, free choice, all winter long. As well as baking soda and minerals. We don't try to use a lot of grain, just enough to kind of bribe them with, and as a treat, unless they're pregnant or nursing, then they get good dairy grain. But as you can tell, none of them are skinny.
Well, that was a pretty successful project.
Yeah, I think it came out all right. We did pretty good not arguing or...
Yeah, nobody had a meltdown. But yeah, it went together pretty well. No one got hurt. That's always a plus.
It's a plus. The weather is absolutely beautiful for a November day here in Maine. Last year we had snow at this point. Pretty glad to have a day like this. Definitely prayed before doing the project. I think that helped because normally fencing projects don't go that smooth. So pretty happy with the results.
Yeah, and it was really cold this morning, as Jess said, so we're glad to have some warmer weather to do this. The other section that we did last spring, it was wicked cold, and it just made it miserable.
Anyway, thanks for watching. We really do appreciate your support. If you like this video, found it helpful, please like below, share, comment. Just keep it respectful. It is a family channel.
And we'll see you on the next one.
Thanks for watching.